Oh my life, I'm back. I'm not quite in the setting that I was hoping to be for tonight's update because it's been a bit wet and rainy today, but that's not a bad thing, as you'll see at the end of this video, because we got all our fertiliser down in the fields yesterday. So it's good that the rain has come along today on Monday to wash it all in. Now, the reason I wanted to give you an update is because it's been nearly 3 weeks now since I gave you the latest update on our 100k campaign. During that, I was really excited to announce that thanks to all your early support, and in particular from one of our guardian angels, Tara Cohn, whose birthday it is this week, I'd given the go-ahead for vital work to start on removing the slates from that one barn where the roof is imminently going to collapse. Here we are, 3 weeks later, and the tiles are still in place. I've not talked much about what's been going on in my daily videos, as I didn't want anyone else getting frustrated on our behalf, because trust me, I've been frustrated enough for all of you. I like to get things done here. When there's a job that needs doing, if the resources and time are available, I don't hang around. None of us do. But we now find ourselves in the very rare position of having the funds available to get something done, but not the right people with the right time, or perhaps the right ethics, to get them done as quickly as we'd like. I believe I've got a great deal of patience and understanding, especially when it comes to the horses and their care. But my patience with a few people was pushed to the limit last week. I'm not going to bore you with the details, as no doubt many of you will have come across those in life who don't have the ability, or perhaps it's even the confidence, to be open and honest about what they can or can't do. Instead, they make empty promises that they know that they can't fulfill, simply because they think it's what you want to hear. And sadly, it's these traits that give a lot of tradespeople a bad reputation. But enough said on that topic, because I'd like to get to some happier and positive news. My frustrations with some people last week were completely overshadowed by my feelings of appreciation for so many others. The daily comments, cards, donations for the horses, gifts for the team that have come in will always drive me, and I genuinely believe all of you are the best family of dedicated and loyal supporters that anybody could wish for. There are so many moments from last week that stand out, but there are a couple in particular that really can't go without mention. First is our infamous anonymous donor, who picked up on the fact that my antique tractor is a bit of a death trap, hence why I don't really let anyone else drive it, because I know all its niggles. Having seen me out harrowing all the fields last week with wheels that have seen better days, they very generously have donated a whole new set of tyres to help keep us all safe. I have had to make a promise that there's not going to be any racing with Renska once it's done, but I may even have to allow Holly in it again, so watch this space for the next rather entertaining episode with her in the tractor. Now, before I tell you about the most significant offer that appeared in my inbox this week, I will give you the latest update on what is happening with the building plans. As you can see, with the one where the tiles haven't moved, it's roped off and it's really not safe. On Friday, I met with Michael Rawsthorne, who you may remember is putting the quote together for the Hoitzer and Jubbers stable, and he's having a little sleep now. Michael's restored our friendship barn. He's built walls, he's done concrete pathways, he's renovated our mum's cottage. His work is truly outstanding. He's reliable, he's trustworthy, and we know that when he commits to a job, he'll get it done. Even more importantly, Hoitzer and Jubbers thoroughly enjoy his company when he's here, as he likes to sit with them to have his packed lunches. Now, we hadn't asked him to quote for the roof as we knew he was booked up until July and we were keen to get it done as soon as possible, and we thought we had other plans in place. Having listened to me bore him with my frustrations, he's very kindly offered to fit this job into his busy schedule, and he's given me a quote and said he'll aim to work some evenings and weekends along with his son Troy to make sure this gets done for us. So this brings me on to where we are financially with the campaign. After fees, we now stand at an incredible £18,000, which we know will cover the £9,000 cost to repair this roof so that we can make it a space suitable for the horses for this coming winter. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting. We're not actually going to put all of your contributions towards this roof, but no, don't worry, we're not all heading off on exotic holidays with your donations. One of our guardian angels, Lindsay Furness, has stepped in to cover the cost of these roof repairs. Wow. This means that your donations can go towards the finishing touches and gives us an absolutely fantastic head start on raising enough funds to rebuild the Hoitzer and Jubbers house. Lindsay, like so many of you, is one of life's truly kind and generous people. And just as she's blessed to be in a position to help with these big projects, we are beyond blessed to have her on board. So please join me in thanking Lindsay for this opportunity, but more importantly, can I ask you all to send healing thoughts for her gorgeous dog Bessie, who's had a toe removed and is undergoing treatment for cancer at the moment. I know that our own little cancer victim, Hannes, is only here today because of the power of positive energies sent to him from all around the world, plus extremely good vets, of course. Now, whilst I await the full quote for Hoitzer and Jubbers house, and I know it's going to be a biggie, you've all made me quietly confident that I can ask Michael to keep himself free, knowing that we can at least get started on the work needed before winter hits us again. To be sure this can be completed in time for winter, I've decided to set ourselves a deadline to hit target. That deadline is the 9th of July. I know, it's a tall order, made even taller by the fact I'm now raising that target to 110,000. Now, these aren't dates and figures that were just plucked out of the air. There is a very, very special reason why that only struck me and Tamara the other day. On the 9th of July 1914, yes, that is 110 years ago, an auction took place in the county auction rooms in Ulverston. It was on that day that lot number 3 went under the hammer, and that lot was Greenbank Farm, and the hammer came down on that day to a bid from our great-great-grandparents. This week, Tamara's going to be sharing her video, which tells you more about the farm's history, to be followed by the story of how the farm has been let down by the establishment over the years and why it's fallen into disrepair. It's the 30th of May today. That gives us 10 weeks to hit target. Now, with Lindsay covering the roof costs, this puts the total raised at £27,000. Now, we could go down the route of brand collaboration or look for corporate donors, but that's never really sat right with me for a number of reasons. We believe in people, real animal lovers like you, who believe in what we do. Through sharing in our lives and contributing in any way that you feel able, I want you to feel proud, to feel a part of our family as we rebuild this place together for the benefit of the horses and everyone around us. I would far rather know that you're sitting at home and feeling that sense of satisfaction that what you have done has made a difference than to know a board of directors is satisfied simply, that's charming, that a board of directors is satisfied simply because they've met their marketing budgets or found a way to avoid a large tax bill. So who's up for the challenge? 110k by the 9th of July. I'm up for it if you are, and in return I promise to bring you all along every single step of the way. As always, thank you for listening. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and enjoy the rest of this video that are just a few little snips from yesterday and today. It's Sunday. I've been in the office this afternoon just catching up on a few bits and pieces, and I heard footprints outside, and look who's out here. She wanted to come and say hello to her mummy, didn't you, darling? Hey? You can't come in the office with me, as much as I would love to have you in there. You need to give your eyes a clean up because they're a bit grubby. You always get very, very grubby eyes. Mwah. Oh, my angel. What? I know you've been rock climbing today. I know that you've been leading Teddy Bear astray, taking him up on the cliff edge above Nero. Hey? You just want scratchies. Yeah. You just want scratchies from Mummy. I have to clean your eyes up now I've seen them. Yeah, let me go and get a sponge. I'm not the only one working on a Sunday apart from Freya. We've got Phil, Jodie's other half, down here, and Dean, who's brought his tractor and sprayer along to get this super soil spread on the land. So that's the first sachet that's gone in the bucket. It is quite thick, isn't it?
Yeah, quite terrible.
So it's like a black powder. So each of these little bags does, what did we say, 2.5 acres per bag, and we've got 10 of them. So we're going to get the 14 acre, the 9 acre, and we've got enough to get that field in front of the house done as well. I just need to do a close-up of Dean because he had a shave especially. But you've spread this before, haven't you?
Yeah.
And I was saying one of the reviews that I read said that somebody's sprayer, it clogged up the pipes, but that's why. No, I did say to Dean before you got here, I promise. But that's where it's obviously important to mix it all in, isn't it?
Do a bother tipping it through for more. We'll see if I can.
Yeah, you don't want to sieve all the powder out now. Leave it in the top. So look how thick it is. But this is full of lots of good stuff. I'm good at all the technical terminology. Look, organic fertiliser, soil regenerator and waste transformer, and it's the maximum strength. So again, thanks to everybody who supported us with getting all of this in so that we can get all the grass growing well for this year, and we can get a really good cut so that we've got enough haylage to see us through for the next 12 months. Dean's down there with the first load, spraying it all onto the most important haylage field. This field never gets grazed by the horses. It only gets grazed by the sheep and very occasionally cattle. And that means that the ground is much better. It doesn't tend to get the weeds that you get, like docks and nettles that form in fields where horses graze. And that's why it's really important that we get this field done as soon as possible, and it's treated in the best way. So it's been harrowed, it's been rolled, it's now got the fertiliser going on it, and we just have to sit back and watch it grow now. Back up for round number 2. And look, Annie's come over to help as well. She's only supervising you to make sure you're doing a really good job of it. What do you think, Annie? You're not being helpful, are you? She was trying to drink it earlier. And now onto the big 14-acre field, the winter turnout that needs all the help it can get to make that grass regrow again. So we'll just take the one cut off this field, and then we tend to leave it after that first cut to just grow as much as possible before next winter. And now we're on to the last one. Huge thanks to Dean and Phil for spending their Sunday afternoon and early evening getting this done, and to all of you who've contributed towards our haylage costs. Now, I know this field isn't going to be used for haylage, but because it did get so badly poached this winter with all the boys being in there, much like the 14-acre, it needs as much help as it can get just to recover. But grass is incredibly resilient, and it does come back bouncing once the temperatures warm a little bit more, and dare I say, we get a little bit of rain on top of it. It's going to be interesting to see the difference in all of these fields just in a couple of weeks' time. It's been very busy in the barn this morning. I've not witnessed a lot of it, to be fair, because Hol and Lisa have been looking after everybody. We've had Chris here. Hoyt's had his legs washed? I think he has. He's had his legs trimmed and washed today. Oh, they look very gorgeous, Hoytsy. Jubbers has just gone in to join him. And then we've got the little albino, who's here chatting to Uba, who had his toes trimmed. Hannes, who'd managed to pull a front shoe off. He's had a full set of shoes this morning. His backs were due to be done, but he decided to pull a front shoe off, as had Iceman, so he's got a new front shoe on. And then, this is very exciting, Lisa has been giving the ancient old tractor a bit of a spring clean. You've done the other side already, haven't you? And the reason for that is because my little tractor is getting new shoes this week. So, as I said earlier, all thanks to our anonymous donor who saw how shockingly bad the tyres were and has very kindly gifted her 4 new wheels. I don't show you the wheels on the quad and Hol there, but actually once she's got new shoes, I might even let Hol go back in her again. Night, Annie. See you in the morning, gorgeous.